What is up, you guys? Happy Wednesday. Last time on the stream. Last time going through my favorites from Verishop. I have a ton of stuff to show you guys today. I'm clean faced for this to give you just like a little bit of detail on some of the products. I know I look dead. And be able to show you kind of how they work. So I'm gonna get going. I'll give people like a second to hop in, but just by giving you a little bit of information about lymphatic drainage and how it connects to Pilates and why we're here. So lymphatic drainage can be done in multiple ways. You can get massages. It's very, very popular in LA and New York. Those typically are a little bit more on the expensive side. So you can also use some of the at-home practices that I'm going to be showing you today. But essentially, it just helps encourage the movement of the lymph fluids that are around the body. And the lymph fluids are there to remove waste and toxins from your body. So we want to encourage that movement. We want to encourage all of that movement to move the fluids out of the body. So you may feel like after you do some lymphatic drainage on yourself, you feel like you need to go to the bathroom right away. It happens. Like I sometimes feel like that with Pilates when there's a lot of rotating or twisting. I'm kind of giving like my body like a gentle sort of massage, and I feel that lymphatic drainage from it. So that's why I wanted to come on here and talk about lymphatic drainage, because I do think that the two go together. And so I like to kind of mix in these pieces and these practices alongside of my Pilates routine. I am a Pilates instructor, if you don't know that. So I try and mix these things in. And I feel like together, those things are the ultimate, like leaning, lengthening, feel good feeling sort of routine that I have. So we're going to go. We're going to get right into it. If you guys have any questions about anything, please feel free to jump in the chat. I'll answer. We're gonna go start with this Bloom Glowy Skin Bundle, which came in a cute little set. It comes with the Meltdown. This is an oil for acne-prone skin. It comes with the face wash, which is Daydreamer, and then it also comes with your jade roller. So I washed my face already with the Daydreamer. I'll show you the consistency of this face wash because I actually really like it. It looks almost like, I'm not going to get a lot. It looks a little bit lotiony, and it smells just like clean and fresh. Sorry, my nails look awful, but it is like a bit lotiony. It's kind of like a cream cleanser, but it's not like any of those cleansers that like don't move on your face and feel uncomfortable. It's not like that. It definitely feels like a little bit silkier when you put it on. I wash my face with that cream cleanser. It says 2 to 3 pumps, circular motions, get all the makeup off. And I am having a little bit of breakouts right now. There's a lot of stress in the world. So it's showing on my face. And lymphatic drainage actually really does help me kind of clear my skin. I feel like that. I feel like it helps when I'm really on it, when I'm dry brushing, when I'm doing the rollers, when I'm, doing all of that stuff, ice massage, any of that stuff. It really, really helps. So I'm getting back into it. I'm getting back on it. And I use a little bit of this already just on like little areas where I'm feeling like I'm getting breakouts. And so after that, when you kind of have patted it into your skin, you want to take the jade roller, and we're just kind of going up and towards your ear. So you have some lymph nodes sort of like right by the ear, right by the temple. And so you're pulling up. The pressure is never really too hard. The way that you do this is sometimes you can even like anchor the skin down so that you're not pulling. And we're going up to the top. Use the other side here to go under the eyes and sort of go in like a half circle or like a crescent. The weight of this is, it feels, like it's a good weight in your hand. It's not too heavy. It's not too light. And I'm somebody who cares a lot about the weight of these products because I will not use them if they don't feel weighted appropriately. I don't know what that's called. It's definitely a thing. But for for this. It just feels so nice. It feels very cooling and refreshing. It's a little bit of a stress reliever for me also. I'll just like sit in front of the TV and be doing this. I have TMJ, so I will sometimes wake up with headaches, or I will feel at the end of the day that my jaw is kind of clenching up. And so I will use this, and I'll also use like a gua sha tool at the end of the day, which I'm going to show you in a second. And it will sort of help drain my face, reduce the puffiness, reduce the swelling, and it will also relieve some of the tension and the pain in and around my jaw. So going up, like I already see, because I did this a little bit, I already see that I'm getting like a little bit of a lift, and I get a little bit of that depuffing. Definitely under the eyes. Certainly if you've had like a really emotional night or if you were watching Grey's Anatomy for like 9 hours. I think it feels so good, like especially right here. I don't know why, it just feels amazing. So this is the foam roller. This is foam roller. This is the, a long day. This is the jade roller. This comes with the oil. This is amazing oil for your skin. I've used it for actually a couple of months. I had loaned it to a friend, so it was gone for a couple of months, and then I just got a new one. So that's how much I love it. The cleanser I really, really like also. It's got a nice, like, light smell. It's not anything too fragrancy. So those 3 things come in the pack. That's starting with your face. Let's get into the body tool. So this is another sort of body shaper lymphatic drainage approach that you can use. This is similar to gua sha. It is probably best on the body, but by absolutely no means can you not use this on your face. So this one's got a little bit more of a shape to it, and you can go all the way up. You can take this and like work it in any direction that you want. Like, I don't know if you want to use this on your face exclusively. I will say the thing about both of these products is that you want to make sure you have an alcohol, like either a spray or a solution that you can kind of clean off both of these with. And I have a spray because sometimes I feel like it's too harsh if you put it on like a cloth and you wipe it down. So you want to make sure that there's some sort of alcohol solution that you can use, and be careful on the percentages. Do your research to find out what would be appropriate for these pieces, but just to keep them really clean and sanitized, and making sure that they don't have any bacteria on it. So this I would tend to use. Let's show, are we talking about it? Okay, great, it's up. This I would tend to use on my body. It's a little bit more, it's a little bit of like a deeper approach than I would say the jade roller, right? So obviously when you're doing lymphatic drainage on your body, you can go a little bit harder. You can go like with a little bit more pressure here, and you'll see that like I get like a little bit of pinkness, and that's normal, totally normal. It'll happen on your face too, but because I can do like a little bit more pressure on the body, I get a little bit more of that pinkness. And exactly what I'm doing is exactly what you do. So with the limbs, you want to go upwards. If you Google on just like Google Images or something, if you Google like lymphatic drainage chart, you can see what direction you should be going in for each area. They're all a little bit different. I just did this dry. Basically, you don't have to do that. In fact, if you're feeling like you're running into like points that are maybe have some built-up fascia in it, you'll feel like sticky points in your wherever you're taking that piece over. What I would do is use an oil for this. Now it does come with the body oil, which I will show you. It doesn't come with it, but you can buy it on the side, which I did. This is the aloe glow oil, the body super tight body serum. But I actually like this oil from aloe better for gua shaing your body. I also really like it when we get into dry brushing. I like it with the dry brush and after the dry brush. So as you can see, I've used a ton of this already, and that's because I'm obsessed with it. So I'm gonna put it on, and I would just put it all over my body. You know, the problem with this is if you do any sort of fake tanning, it's difficult. You can't have it both ways. So this is obviously going to give me a little bit more slip and slide with the tool. But you can kind of already see that I'm getting like a little bit more like definition, I guess. And you can see like parts of my skin that are getting pinker and parts of my skin that are not. And that's totally normal, right? And there may just be like little bits of tissue sort of like that needs to have this release. There might just be muscle tissue that's built up and you might feel like you're going over like bumps or lumps. Totally normal. So this is a great example of how to use the body tool. It feels really good. It feels, like I said with the jade roller, it feels very restorative. It's great for recovery. And so for me, the gua sha on the body feels like a good thing to work into your recovery routine if you are doing Pilates or yoga or whatever, even if it's a restorative type of movement. It's nice to work in these additional pieces to kind of help guide your lymphatic drainage system. So that's the oil, and it's great with the body tool. And then let's talk about the dry brush. So typically the way I would do this on let's say I was having a lymphatic drainage day, I would do Pilates. So I would do Pilates, I would get some good rotations in, I would do a lot of stretching, a lot of lengthening. I would do movements that feel really good, nothing too crazy, nothing too rough on my body, and lots of like leaning out and lengthening my muscles. That's what we're doing first. Then after that, let's say you didn't sweat that much, so you're not going to shower. You're going to take your dry brush. And this is like, maybe that sounds gross to you, but this should be your dry brush. It should be your dry brush. It should not be anybody else's dry brush because you're literally brushing the skin and dead skin cells are coming off. And like, I don't know. It's just kind of gross if you think about it, sharing it with somebody else. So buy one for yourself. And then when your boyfriend says that he wants to do it also, tell him he needs to buy one for himself and don't share. Okay, that's my suggestion. So this is the dry brush, not because it's happened to me or anything. This is the brush that comes with this like paddle, which I really appreciate. The other one I had was sort of like a glove that went on. But what you want to do is just brush upwards. And it's the same pattern that I was doing with the body tool. So we're encouraging the lymphatic drainage. We're encouraging the flow of those fluids. We're encouraging toxins to be removed from your system. And so I do it in circular motions. This arm is going to be like ripped by the end of this. Maybe let's see the difference at the end. It's also really good. I've noticed great for bruises. Like if you're somebody who goes out once and you get bruises all over your legs, if you do this, it tends to like decrease the level of bruising in your body. I think it's just breaking it up. And over time, it just kind of helps get rid of it, helps fade it. So I'm doing this all the way up, circular motions. And then also, if you ever get any of that like chicken scratch kind of back behind the arm, I find that this sort of tames that down a bit. I would do this with an oil, like we just did. We kind of lubed it up. Move the brush around in circular motions, go all the way up the limbs, go all the way up the legs, go down the torso. Like I said, you can look at that chart online. And you want to do full body and then take a shower. Some people do it the other way. Some people will work out, they'll take a shower, they'll put the oil on, and then they'll do the brushing. It's up to you. I've done both. I don't love it after because I feel like I want to shower after. I don't know why. I just feel like I want to like rinse off. So what I tend to do is do it before. The oil situation's like kind of weird because you have to like double up a little bit on the oil. So clearly that's why I've used a lot. You definitely don't have to use oil after, but again, I like to. Kind of like pulls it all in, slicks it all down. So that's the routine that I use. After that, in a perfect world, then we can use the serum. Okay, so let's say we've showered, we've rinsed off, we've done all of the things. Then I would take a body serum, don't drip, please, and go all the way on. And this one is not oily. This one is like more, it feels very lightweight and clean and not sticky. So I don't know if you can see this, but I see like a huge difference. Like this, you can, I don't know. Physically, I look crazy right now, but I think this arm looks like, I think it looks different. Is it just me? I think it looks different. I definitely feel like it looks like, I don't know, like refreshed and tightened and toned, and I feel like it looks like a lot leaner. I mean, that looks crazy to me, the difference. So I don't know. Let's do the other side so I don't look crazy all day. So I think that if you're interested at all in lymphatic drainage, these tools are really great for getting started. I like the body tool. I think it's a good shaper. And with the aloe oil, so by the way, I'll keep showing you all the things. That's the super tight serum that I used at the end. Luckily, it didn't break. That's how sturdy it is. Sometimes these break. So you want a good one. So you can see that it's kind of giving me like a little bit more over definition, a little bit more muscle tone. It looks like it's kind of sucking all the liquid out of me, draining my toxins, all the things that you want. So we did this. Make sure you go under. This is like where I really feel like a lot of people build up fluid and they think that they have like a ton of arm fat, and it's not. It's actually like fluid. I think that you have you do have lymph nodes, closer to your armpit or in your armpit. So this is an area you really want to get into. I always feel better after I do this physically and mentally. Definitely drink water when you're done because you're encouraging drainage in your system. So you absolutely want to drink water and fluids with this. So you can see again, we're getting like a little bit pinker on this side. Sometimes when you do the drainage for the first time, you get a little bit of like bruising. It almost looks like tracks. Maybe an indication that you went a little bit too hard for your body. Maybe an indication that, it was just kind of what your body needed. It's not always bad. Not always bad if you see some like redness or a little tiny bit of bruising, just maybe don't go as hard the next time. If you have dry elbows or dry knees, dry brushing is really good for it. Sounds counterintuitive, but hopefully you're doing it with, some kind of oil or something that's going to help hydrate you after. And this is just balancing to me. It feels very restorative. It's going to even your skin tone. Sometimes I get little dry patches around my shoulders, and this also helps to mitigate some of those like skin dermatitis type things. I'm very passionate about lymphatic drainage because I think that it is so crucial, and it's just so interesting that we can kind of like change the way our body looks just by helping encourage a system that's already working naturally. I don't know, it's crazy to me. Maybe that's just me. So we did the dry brushing. We're gonna go back on with that serum. And I know it looks a little red. It's not that red in person, I promise. I feel really like great. I feel great. I feel energized also after I do it. I don't think I've ever gotten headaches from it, but I think some people will note that if you don't drink a lot of water when you're doing this, you might get headaches. So make sure you're doing that. I'm going to show you the leggings that I have on today, just so you know what I'm wearing also. These are the Rebody leggings, and I think they look like I just did lymphatic drainage all over my legs, and they're so comfortable, and they're really slimming, and they're at a great affordable rate. And remember that everything that I'm showing you in this is 15% off in our stream today. The collection is live already on my profile, so you can check it out for 30 minutes after to make sure that you get your 15% off all of these pieces, all the things that I'm showing you. But those are the leggings, just so you see what's kind of going on. I'll probably go back. Let's do like maybe some more lymphatic face drainage. And I can show you a bit of how we do this. So remember your jade roller. It's also really nice to pop in the freezer or the fridge. If you're in a rush, you can grab a bag of ice, throw it in a bag of ice, and then use it. Whatever works for you. Okay, battery is dying on my phone. Great. So for the face lymphatic drainage, we're going to go sort of up here towards that lymph node, towards the ear. The face, you see how much lighter the pressure is? I mean, with the jade roller, you physically can't even get that deep with it, and you don't need to. Now, when you gua sha, that's going to be a little bit harder. That's going to be a little bit more of the like deep tissue, like fascia breaking up sort of thing. This is a little bit more restorative and gentle. So if you want to do the gua sha first and then this after, you could do that also. Gua sha in the mirror in the bathroom, then take the jade roller. I keep wanting to say foam roller. Then take the jade roller with you, and then while you're in bed watching TV, do this. So up towards the lymph nodes, up towards the ear. Same thing following the cheekbone. My mom has like cheekbones for days. And so I feel like I'm getting them. I feel like I'm finally seeing a bit of her cheekbones. But I also gua sha a lot. So I try and do that as much as possible. Under the eye and up. I do like that little wiggle at the end. Do I know what it's for? Not really. But under, and then when you're up at the forehead, you can go either with the small side or the big side. And you want to just go downwards. And it feels so good. I want somebody to do this for me every day, every night. And then you would go all the way up face. And that's kind of how you end it. And you can do it on your neck also. You can go sort of here. I feel like I'm not getting a good grip on this. There we go. I would aim for, and with everything that we're doing, the gua sha tools, aim for like long strokes, not so much like short, stoppy ones. Long strokes. It just feels so good. I want to take a nap. And then under the jaw also, so you can kind of see that on me, it gets to a point right there, it gets stuck. And that's because I have this crazy built up muscle. So if I do this, that feels kind of good. And so we're draining out some of the puffiness in your face. The jawline I go a little bit harder on than I do the rest of the face because I just don't want to pull my skin, and I can kind of get a little bit more pressure on there. But that's basically it with the jig roller. And you could do upward strokes also, right? And just start to like learn how to shape your face with these products, and they really, really, really do work. And I definitely get Botox, so I've asked my I don't even want to call him like a plastic surgeon. I've asked my doctor, my injector. I've been like, what's the deal with Gua Sha? Does it really work? And he has said, yes, absolutely, it definitely works. It's one of the few things that really does work, and it helps helps encourage collagen reproduction, new cell growth, all of that stuff, all the good stuff, all of the benefits that you usually hear that could be true are true. So I truly took that to the bank and really ran with it. Let's go through all of the things that I've shown already in case you guys have any questions. The Bloom Skin Bundle comes with, again, for your knowledge, the Meltdown Oil for acne prone skin. I told you I've used this many, many times. I loaned it to a friend. It was gone. That's why I'm breaking out right now. So now we're going back on it. I finally got another one. We're going to go back in with that. This face wash came in the bundle also, and smells like a dream. It's really creamy. It looks almost like lotiony, but it doesn't feel like it doesn't move on your face, which is how I feel some of these like lotion-based cleansers get. It's not foamy, so I do like a foamy cleanser. I tend to do 2 cleansers. I'll double cleanse. Not every day, but sometimes. And so it doesn't get super foamy. If you don't like a foaming cleanser, then this would be really, really great for you. So there's that. The Aloe Head to Toe Glow Oil is really amazing. I use it all the time. You can see it's almost like a third of the way gone, and I haven't even had it for that long. So I use this after the shower, before the shower, with the dry brush all over. Helps to kind of get everything. I mean, honestly, I think my arms look good right now. Like if I was going to wear a dress, I would do this whole routine, and I think it would help you feel just more sculpted before you were going to an event or whatever you were doing. So there's that. Head to toe oil, the body super tight serum. Gotta get it. Gotta get it with the body tool. 15% off, you guys, for 30 minutes after we end the show. Firming, tightening, rejuvenating, hydrating. It is 100% all of these things, and just feels really good on your skin. So there's that. And then, of course, if you're getting the oil, you should definitely get the tool, the body tool, which I just dropped on the floor and it didn't break. So you should get it because of that. That alone. You can use it on your face. It's definitely more of a body tool. You can use it on your legs and kind of shape the same way I just did my arms, shape your legs. That's pretty crucial, I think. If you are still wearing shorts, it makes your legs look really, really good. Like, really good. And it just kind of brings like a sense of hydration and like plumpness to the skin while draining out toxins and extra fluid from the body. That tool, love it. It's great. Use it all over. The leggings I already showed you, but just so you get another glimpse, they're very lengthening. They are very sculpting, kind of on theme with exactly what we were talking about today. They are from Rebody, and they have sort of like the satiny finish to them, but they're not too slippery or too sculpted. They feel very stretchy and perfect for doing Pilates in. I think that's pretty much it. That's the brush also. So if you don't have a dry brush, I encourage you to get one. I encourage you to hop on the lymphatic drainage train because it is 10 out of 10. And it will really help you see some pretty notable differences in your face and in your body. You just get that nice sculpted look, and I think you'll feel good after you do it. It's very meditative, it's very restorative, it feels very cleansing, and it's a good part of your self-care routine. If you don't have a self-care routine, now's your chance to get on it. That is it for me. Thank you guys for joining in. I will see you later. maybe not on the stream, but I am always around if you have any questions. I may hop back in for a few streams coming up. If not, feel free to follow me on Core by Caroline on Instagram or on TikTok and ask any questions that you have. I'm always happy to help. So I will see you guys around. Thank you so much. Have a great Wednesday.